Fantastic. And I've got some crayons and some potatoes next. Alan! For those who don't know, what we'll do is I'll do the photos first, and then what we'll do is we'll go on to the speech and we'll get through. Thank you. Oh yeah, I forgot. No. I've just forgot to say. The management has just asked me to have a word with you before I start. That please no standing on the tables or the chairs for my standing ovation. So very simple. Okay, what we're going to do is these pictures are here for everyone to have a look at, to have a breeze through. They do actually, all of them, go along with some of the stories that I'm going to be telling along and chatting. So, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Am I pencil? Okay. Afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Afternoon. For those who don't know me, I'm Magic, or my big boy's name, Michael. Yeah? Otherwise known to the police or my mum. Or the only time actually I ever get called Michael is by Karina when I'm in the doghouse. So,
most of the time.
Most of the time, really. So, yeah. Okay. Very simple. I'd like to say thank you for everyone for turning up, yeah, and having a lovely day, and a special day, and thank you for inviting. And I'd also like to say thank you very much for, I would say letting me, more entrusting me, because normally I wouldn't be entrusted to sit in the toilet the right way. For being the best man. So, okay. There we are.
That's a good bit in the film.
I know that's the bit. That's the best bit, so I'm going to Care Bears. I don't know how to put this. I'm a bit of a big deal. I have many leather-bound books and an apartment that smells of mahogany. If any of you have any problems with the seating arrangement, please come and have a word with me. I did organise it personally myself, all according to who's donated the most expensive and better presents. So all you typewriters over in the corner, you can't hear me. That's your penance. As a real incentive by Phil, he did say to me, and whisper in my ear, that if I do a good job today and I do a good speech, that he will let me be his best man next time. So I can't wait to organise the next stag do. Magaloo! Okay, so Phil and I are close friends. We've been friends for over a decade now. Trust me, it feels like an eternity. The one thing I can say, we're true friends, and you don't have to speak to each other on a daily basis. Me being a bit of a nomad, a lot of you know me, that I travel a bit and I go away, and it's nice that I don't have to ring him up every single day. That I can go for weeks or maybe sometimes even months, which he's grateful about. But when we do speak to each other, it's like it was like yesterday, and it's always just picked up. So it's nice that you don't have to be, that not needy, and you know that it's true friendship. So I'd like to say thank you, Phil. You know. In the time that Phil and I have known each other, we've been through a lot together. Guinness, lager, no spirits, a few wigs, a couple of ladies' clothing, an occasional plate glass window, and even a roof. We won't mention that, but a little bit later. But occasional... We'll come to the roof. But that's another story. Mainly lots of fun, friendship, which I'm thankful for. So thank you, Phil. We originally met in the Eight Bells. Was it the what? It could have been the White Lion, actually.
Hot shots. Hot shots.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Hot shots.
Either way, the Vodka Fairy was out in full force, as per usual. For those who've never heard of the Vodka Fairy, she's closely related to the beer monkey. Which happens to be, what happens is when you get home from being out at night, what does the Vodka Fairy or the beer monkey, what they do, they strew your clothes all over the bedroom, they empty your wallet, and they leave a deposit in your mouth that tastes rather... So... I was being pleasant, I could have used other words. But either way, a lot of our antics over the years have involved vodka, lager, and Vodka Fairy. So, yeah, more times than others. So, Jenna, thank you very much for putting up with me. And that is the nicest way I can say it. I think tolerate is, yeah. So, like I say, thank you very much for tolerating my antics and for putting up with what we get up to. And, you know, you do have a very, very high threshold of me being annoying. So, but Jenna and I have not always seen eye to eye over the years, especially our artistic differences. Take Jenna's 21st birthday, for instance. Now, in my eyes, that was a masterpiece. For those who haven't heard this story, what it involves is Phil said to me, "Oh, I wouldn't mind doing a little something with my hair. I'd like it a little bit blonder." So me being me, I'm like jack of all trades. I was like, master of nothing. I thought, yeah, we can do this. So we got the cap out. And as I'm doing, chatting away, we put any classic movie on, Monty Python, Life of Brian. Got that on.
2 bottles of champagne later.
2 bottles of champagne and a bottle of vodka. Either way, I pulled every single hair out through. That's why you can see, that's my fault. You see the hairline. Through, and we started bleaching it. As you do, get halfway through, bottle of champagne, a little bit more bleach. And then Neil ripped it and goes, is that right, Phil? And he's going, well, I'm a bit blonder than that. So, a bit more bleach, a bit more champagne, a bit more vodka, a bit more bleach. Cut a long story short, we got sidetracked, completely forgot about it, and then whole of Monty Python got in and looked at Phil and went, oh, bugger. Just short of Phil's hair dropping out, it was actually incinerated, I think, was it, rather than bleached. Turned up to the birthday party, looking like Eminem, back in the day, and Jenna, actually, there's not one photo of poor Phil and Jenna together on her birthday. She was livid. It's an understatement. She did not even speak to him the whole evening. So, and the other thing is she didn't sew 2 birds, 1 stone. I got Phil to look like a tit, and Jenna didn't speak to me for about a month. So I was in a win-win situation. So, Phil and I became even better friends when I joined a company and worked with Phil, FP Innovations. There was a mammoth contract on over in Chatham. That's exactly right. And I'd only really been doing sparky work up until then. So Phil was my first ever AV mentor. He took me under his wing and taught me everything he knows about AV. So that took us up to about 10 o'clock. Then, secondly, he taught me everything he knew about women. So that was a brief coffee break, and then back to work. So we've worked on and off together over the years on large projects, small minor projects, like our slightly out of control slingshot antics. So, which firstly involved with mum and dad going away on holiday. Myself always being never to be outdone. Anyone seen a normal slingshot, you can imagine it. It's a Magic Mike version. What you need is 3 people to work one of these. So you have one person who sits on the floor and holds the actual what the slingshot goes in. One stands there, and you have to have 2 big lads anyway who hold it and walk forward. And when I say walk forward, it's probably about, you can stretch the thing to about the length of this table, and you can fire a water bomb, probably about length of football pitch basically. So, you know, as you do, a little bit competitive as we do, you know, Vodka Fairy strikes again, you get a bit more enthusiastic. So, we're firing water bombs, mum and dad's, you know, over the field, see how far we get. Then, you know, a little bit more adventurous. And, yeah, it gets a little bit more adventurous, so we decided what other objects could we fire into the stratosphere. So, you know, stones, golf balls, you know, small objects, mammals. And then we thought we'd up the ante as well. So once we got that, we thought, well, actually, this is beginning to hurt. What can we do to get this a little bit better? So, mechanical mind's working. There's Levi, pulls up in his Hilux. So we get a couple of bits of 3x2. Big yacht, and we're talking full length 3x2, like 2.5 metres. We strap those to the back of the Hilux, and then one person holds it while the Hilux drives off. Yeah, meanwhile, it's all very good, but when you start firing things at that, you know, we're talking about firing them like fields away, we're like small villages away. And then we decided, well, we're upping the ante with the water bombs, so you've got to really up the ante with the should I say? Well, the only way to describe it is the ammunition. So, what's the largest thing water bomb you can think of? Happens to be, you strike out your wallet. How much water do you reckon this thing will hold? So, as you do, inflating a condom with probably about 10 litres of water. And as the Hilux drives off up the lane, one of us is being dragged on our bum like this till he actually points and then fires it. Which was beautiful, everyone's eyes staring up into the sky. It was almost like looking at, Halley's Comet. It was beautiful watching it. And he's sitting there going, just get your calculator out. Wind direction. Yeah, I think we had a bit of balls up on this one. As we're talking, the best part of 12 litres worth of water in a condom has just come down and punched a hole straight through Mum and Dad's roof of their lovely house. We're not even, we're talking a little bit, we're talking big enough for me to walk through. And both Phil and I, in the, as we've got children here, the nicest words, go, ooh, bugger. So that was rather interesting.
I blame him for that.
And I would like to actually say thank you, he's not here, to Levi Riley, who, with the absolute most stinkinest hangover, got up on his triple ladders and actually repaired Mum and Dad's roof the next morning.
Didn't do a good job, did he?
I know, but the ironic thing is we couldn't actually tell the difference. Mum and Dad walked out, they got actually out of the car, opened the door, not even say hello, bloody hell's happened to my roof? It was fixed, you couldn't even notice. And I was like... Anyway. So yes, we would like to say thank you to Levi Riley for fixing the roof, and we'd like to apologise to Mum and Dad for punching dirty great holes in your roof. Yeah, so that's one of our antics. I'd also like to say to one of our little stories. I'd like to say one of our stories here. I would like to say thank you to Jason for his contribution to one of these stories, which I wouldn't actually be here. There we are. That's a lovely picture. Oh, look at that, Jay. Lovely. Yeah. Thanks for nothing. Also, I'd like to say thank you to Jay for, as his very technical and DIY-minded self, helping out. I don't know, for those who don't know, this was their first adventure. Jason and Phil brought this house together, done it up, extended it, and the only way to describe it is I was out in the garden. So we were out in the garden. Blood, sweat, and tears were coming, off me. Phil's doing his hand of God. Can you just move that over there? Because I was told today I'm not allowed to use any four-letter words, so we won't mention about work in front of Phil. So Phil's, that comes over there, and Jason comes to running. You're allowed to say that, A little bit of sweet, a little bit of thing. Walks in there, gets himself a drink and all this stuff. Walks back out, closes the door. Meanwhile, back in the back cave, the keys for the house are in there. My keys for the car and my house are in there. Phil's keys for the house, and Jay's gone, just put them down the shop, see you later, lads. He's just scampering off. And now we're buggered. We're trapped. We've got no way of getting into the house, no way of breaking into it, no tools. Now we're looking at going, how are we going to get into this? We've got no ladder, we've got nothing. So our brains almighty over here, our Baldrick, comes up with this idea, goes, I've got a cunning plan. If you stand on the bucket of the digger, I will raise you up. So have you seen this window? And as you can see, I will easily fit with my lovely slender stature and raise me up. But, the laws of physics, because you've got to extend the arm out. So there's me, cuddles galore, standing on the end of the digger. He raises it up. I'm getting higher. I see over the hedge. So now I'm eye level with the gutter in. But now you're that thing, and now we're actually, best part of about 5-10 metres away from the edge of the thing. So trying to drive over all terrain in a bobcat, I'm standing there. Reading into my phone, doing a video, my last will and testament. If anyone finds my body, please return to. And all you can actually, he can't even see where he's going because he has got tears. He's crying like a schoolgirl with laughter as he's trying to drive it up. Finally get there, walk my way through, get to the actual window as he managed to climb through, edge one leg and all. But slight miscalculation in our plans that realised that window doesn't actually at the top. That's actually about that much over the stairwell. So when you do drop through, all you hear is woo! And I'm laying in an absolute crumpled mess at the bottom of the stairs. And he's looking through and thinking, right, the magic. Yeah, cheers. Thanks for nothing. So, yeah, that was our... thanks very much, Jay, for your contribution, your help there. What else? But enough about our antics, yeah? Back to Phil and Jenna. Yeah? Phil and Jenna, you are one of Karina and I, as Karina there in the corner, my beautiful girlfriend, closest friends, and you're amazing and you're brilliant. You know, you help us out, you know, you're always there. Well, you say that, especially when I ring up for an AV lead, and I'll be around in a minute. Yeah, never see you 2 days later. But yeah, I'd like to say thank you for everything. You know, you help us out, you're always there, you're close friends. And like today, you know, if anyone did notice, probably, or who knows me, I am a gobby monkey, and I'm trying to put that politely. And I'll give out this exterior thing of, you know, trying to be all like hard as nails and a bit of a jack the lad, but really inside I'm a big girl's blouse. Because if any of you did see that, yeah, exactly, both Phil and I were in absolute tears at the front of the thing. He looks at me and he's got red eye. And then my eyes start watering, his eyes start watering, he goes, don't look at me, don't look at me, don't. And I'm like, oh, stop looking at me, stop looking at me. Before you know it, we're both bawling like little girls standing there at the front. As soon as we saw Jenna walking down, she was looking so beautiful. So today you look absolutely beautiful. When the pair of us, we were there crying, sobbing like little girls, and although you had like composure of an ice cream. What made me laugh is almost looked like a ventriloquist act. Feels sobbing like that, and you can see her hand and bent. Shut up, Phil. It's all right. Lips didn't move. Play it cool, Phil. So, for those who didn't, you know, we were right, you know, pair of girls really. So,
it was the pollen, didn't it?
yeah, it was a hay fever. We hadn't taken our hay fever tablets. That's it. But the real thing that, you know, that brought a tear to my eye was actually to look at the smiling and how happy you are. And it is, you know, watching you walk down that aisle and you truly did look happy. Because I know for myself that, you know, inside I'll be smiling like that, knowing that's the last BJ you have to give to Phil. Yeah, I'd be smiling too. So other than that, on that note, I'm going to take my leave. So a glass to the bride and groom.
Absolutely.
Bride and groom.
Yeah, bride and groom. For the bride and groom.
Well done, Andy. Well done.